resiliency of your team for this. An 18-point deficit, even 15 with 10 to go. That was a lot of resiliency to come all the way back out of.
Yeah, they kept playing. You know, we dug ourselves a big hole with a lot of bad shots and poor ball movement and poor execution in the first half. You know, we were down big on the boards. We ended up -9 on the boards. They shot 51%, so those two stats are not going to lead to many wins. But we did fight back. We got some energy from the crowd. I thought the crowd was great and gave us a big lift there and got us back in it. But then we fouled too much at the end. You know, I think they got one bucket late, but everything else was at the free throw line, and they beat us, you know, 8 points there. So, you know, getting out rebounded 9, getting beat 8 on free throws and shooting 51%. Those stats don't lead to many successful outcomes, but our press did hurt them, and we did have some opportunities.
What did that second half surge and the resiliency show you about this team that maybe you didn't know heading into this game?
Well, you know, it's kind of been our MO. We don't play very well in the first half and get down and then try to come back in the second half. So we did the same thing at Houston, same thing with Baylor, and obviously today. And, you know, I'm not sure. We're going to have to warm up different or something, but we've got to get off to better starts. And, again, the rebounding was a big concern. We were down, I think, maybe 11 at half on the boards, and, you know, they got shots they wanted. We just didn't play very well, and, you know, we're not translating anything from the practice floor to the game floor. We actually had a couple good practices, and our ball movement was pretty good. But today, you know, so many times in the first half, we drove in there and tried to take shots on 2 or 3 guys instead of, you know, kicking it out. And that's why we only had 11 assists. You know, you score 72 points, you should have more than 11 assists. So, you know, our ball movement definitely got to get better on the offensive end. And, you know, like I said, there's all 3 phases of the game, you know, have got to get better for us.
It's Lou's best performance in terms of production, but especially in the second half amid that run. Do you feel like this was his best night, that he's starting to get more comfortable now?
Well, I really liked the 10 rebounds that he got. And, you know, I thought offensively the second half he did some good things. So, yeah, no, I thought he took a big step. Obviously, you know, his shooting percentages have to improve, but, you know, I thought it was a, you know, productive game for him. I thought he played really hard.
So the way Paul played in the second half, and with him picking up those early fouls, having to come out, did you kind of see that as the point where things turned on you guys in the first half?
Well, we'd have liked to have him in there. You know, he is a stabilizing factor for us, and his offensive numbers were good. But he picked up 3 in the first half, and then he got that 4th, and then we tried to work it to, you know, get him through the rest of the game, but he got that 5th, and that was a problem.
19 seconds. 19 seconds left. They thought of calling a timeout, or they know it.
We wanted a little pop action there, and we didn't get it. They covered it pretty good. We wanted to try to get Lou a shot, you know, but he didn't want that step back. You know, we had plenty of time. You know, if he didn't have it, should have penetrated and looked for a kick or all the way to the basket. We still had a timeout. We still had time to set the press one more time. So, you know, he made a decision to take a step back, which I didn't agree with. But, you know, we were going to pop him, and they covered it, like I said, pretty good, and we just didn't get the look we wanted.
Paul was saying that feels like you guys maybe found something that was working with the press and trying to push up tempo, but he said you have to wait until you guys broke down the film. Do you feel like that could be something that you guys could play with more?
Well, I mean, I think in spots we can use it. You know, it's going to be pretty hard with our numbers, you know, to stay in that kind of defense for long periods of time. But I think it is something that we've used and we can use.
And do you think you're going to be able to pinpoint what the identity of this team is going to have to be down the stretch until Kenny comes back? I mean, I realize these games all matter, but do you really think you're going to be able to know what the rotations can be, what you're really capable of these 7 games without him?
You know, we've got to play with what we've got, and then hopefully we do get him back sometime. But, you know, our team, you know, early had a defensive identity. Right now we don't. You know, we gave up a lot of easy baskets in transition, a lot of easy baskets today that, you know, good defensive teams didn't. And I think part of it, you know, we made some mistakes offensively, and our guys, you know, they're so worried about one end of the court. You know, we've got to do a better job on both ends of the court and get that identity, you know. And with Kenny, you know, our defense will improve because he is, you know, good inside. But until then, you know, our freshmen have to step up. Francis has to play well. Miles has to play well. And our defensive identity, you know, really has to change.
Which spot you guys are in now, do you see, I mean, tonight it was the press, do you see that maybe more than most, you're gonna need to kind of alter what you do, maybe matchups or just game to game in terms of, you know, maybe instead of coming out and saying, this is what we do and, you know, what we wanna do, maybe having to adjust a little bit more so and being able to adjust on the fly based on matchups?
You know, there's a lot of different ways to play the game, and you know, I think our guys can make adjustment, but we've got to be able, whatever defense we're in, you know, to communicate better. For example, we were in that green press a couple times and they broke it, and we gave up wide open shots because we didn't put our half-court defense together. And so every aspect of our game, you know, has to improve. And I think we will change things up. Our guys will have to make adjustments on the fly, and you know, we had a lot of different lineups there with some foul trouble, and so just going to have to do a better job.
When you lose your top offensive player, can you make any parallels? But the last time this happened to you guys probably was when Brooks missed the first part of the season when he was coming off his foot injury. Can you see any parallels in terms of how you guys go about preparing to that, or is Bull just so unique in the way that he plays that it doesn't?
But he's unique. But you know, this team's so different because we just have so many new parts. You know, tonight we played 4 freshmen, 2 of them who haven't played much. You know, so, and actually Lou hasn't played that much because he just got cleared on the 8th, and so we had 3 freshmen who don't have a lot of minutes. You know, and so, you know, it's adjusting on the fly. But that's what we have, and we've got to do a better job. Again, we could have done a better job in that first half with our ball movement. We could have done a better job defending their transition. We could have done a better job on the boards. We didn't take care of those things. And so we've got to address that. We've got to improve. We've got to come to practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and get ready for a UCLA team that had 2 big wins this week. And we're going to have to play better. And I think we're capable of doing that. But it's going to take everybody focused, concentrated effort, playing together, making plays for each other for that to happen for us.
I can't remember which game it was. Will Richardson scored, 16, 18 points or something like that. Now he goes to the hoop, misses a couple easy shots. Didn't hear much from him after that. Did he get kind of gun shy? Seems like he was able to beat his man to the basket, but just didn't convert. So
Yeah, I don't know. He missed a couple opportunities there in the first half. You know, I thought he had a couple looks in the second half, but moved the ball. But no, he's someone who can get to the basket. I think he can create some plays for somebody. You know, he's someone who we're looking for more assists from, you know, and making more plays. So he is a good ball handler, and I think he's someone who can give us that.
Friday, you weren't sure who was going to be the energy guy in place of Abu. What do you make of Miles' performance, just his overactivity in the press and on defense? He made a big step.
No, I thought he did some good things. No, I thought Miles, you know, for what he's been able to do early, you know, his 15 minutes, I thought he was pretty productive. Got a little foul trouble there, had 4 fouls, but I thought his activity was pretty good.
You mentioned Lou's 10 rebounds tonight. Do you think he's just scratching the surface of his potential?
Well, I think Lou's going to be a good player for us. You know, again, all of our guys got to make better decisions, more plays for each other. But, you know, that rebounding, you know, is something we desperately needed tonight. Him getting 10 was a big plus for us.